Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. I'm calling this one a top 5, but there's actually 13 notes in this group. So for those of you who are sick of me doing top 5s instead of top 10s, you're getting 3 bonus notes. I'm just categorizing them a little bit differently. What category am I putting them under? Well, these are going to be the top 5 non-US currency notes that I bought this year. Some of these are upgrades, some of these these are all upgrades. So, top 5 upgrades of non-American notes. So, let's just jump right in. Number 5, I have 2 Confederate States of America notes, 2 CSAs. And these are both from the same series. You can look on here and see June 2nd, 1862. And if we check this one here, it should also be the same. Yep, June 2nd, 1862. This one says on it second series. This one says, does it say the series on this one? I don't see it off the top of my head. But anyway, I have the $1 and the $2 note. I want to say these are the type 44 and type 45s, if I recall correctly. Let's see, what do we got here? Yep, type 45. And what makes these so special is the green overprint. Most of these notes do not have the green overprint, and both of these notes do. So right away, you're a step ahead of the game just for having the green overprint. Now, I want to say the green overprint was technically done in the 3rd series, so this one saying 2nd series is considered a variety. It's not considered an error, but either way, these notes were also heavily circulated, so to find these in any condition at all is very difficult. And these 2 notes were both upgrades. This one here has the Lucy Pickens depiction here, as well as a steamship off in the distance. And this one is known as the Slayer note. That is the South slaying the Union. But both of these having the green overprint and both of these upgrading. Like I said, they're CSAs, so they're not exactly U.S. notes. Well, they're not. The Union versus the Confederate States. Anyway, that's number 5. Number 4, I upgraded some of my Devil's Head notes. These, you can see right here, are from Canada, 1954. And here, let me just show these 2 to start with. This is a $2 Canadian note, and I'm just double checking the serial number. So close to being our radar. 369396. So close. Oh well. If that last digit was a 3, then we'd have a radar. That's not why I got it, though. I got it because both of these are in really nice shape. And if you compare the 2 pictures of the Queen, you can see here is the original with the devil's face, the devil's head in her hair. You can see the white nose coming down, the mouth underneath, the eyes and the horns. That's the devil's head. And once they saw that, they decided to modify that, and they blacked it all out so that you couldn't see that anymore. For the longest time, people debated whether or not that was done on purpose or not. And actually, I think it was just people outside of Canada that debated that theory, because once I finally got a Canadian book, they said, no, it was not done on purpose. Anyway, that's the 2. And then this, well, while I have the 2, I should probably show the backs real quick as well. The backs, of course, are the same, but they are still in really good condition. And these are the $5 denominations. Once again, from 1954. That is the modified, and this is the Devil's Head. Once again, you can see the condition of these is really nice, and when I show the 2 pictures side by side, you get a good glimpse of the difference in these 2 notes. Showing the backs of these, beautiful little creek, and of course, yeah, they're the same. So my Canadian Devil's Head notes, those are number 4. Number 3, I upgraded my Cook Islands note. Now, the Cook Islands came out with this. This is the 1987 version of this particular note, where you have the woman riding a shark, holding a coconut. There is much more to this story, because she happens to be naked. And on the back, you have the little man in the canoe. And we're just going to leave it at that. But the Cook Islands note, this one here, was graded 66 EPQ. And like I said, this is the original. This is the 1987 version of the $3 bill from the Cook Islands. Not going to go into the story. You can figure that one out yourself. But then they did upgrade it to a polymer note. And the polymer note right here, this one is from 2021. And they kept the same idea, the woman riding the shark, but you can see here's a clear window. You can see my finger going through there. It's a polymer note, $3. And if you look in the back, you still have the little man in the canoe. I hope somebody's giggling about that out there other than clever coin name. Anyway, the 1987 and the 2021 Cook Islands $3 notes, these both upgraded mine because mine were not graded. So I sold those and I kept the graded versions. That is number 3. Number 2, I upgraded a bunch of my MPCs. Now, these are all from the series of 681. And whenever you see the series for military payment certificates, the first 2 digits of the year, 68, and then 1 would be the actual series. So this is the first series of 1968. And if I look, they are all from the first series of 1968. Yes. So what do we have here? Well, I'm going to set this one down here because I'm going to go through these first. I've got the 5 cent, the 10 cent, the 25 cent, the 50 cent. And the reason why I'm going through those so quickly is because they all have the same picture, front and back. But they used such cool colors on these. And these are actually security dots on here. Canada uses these often on their notes. So you can see there's one right there as well. Yeah, if you didn't know, you would think somebody like got some spittle on there. But the front has a nuclear submarine, and you can see the submariners on the conning tower there. And the back of the note features an astronaut. I mean, how cool is that? This is probably the coolest series of MPCs. So I had to keep these. These are all in really, really nice condition. And then for this particular series, like I said, these are the, I guess you'd call them fractionals, up to 50 cents. And then when you get to the dollar, this was the dollar military payment certificate. You can see same series, 681. And it has a Navy test pilot. And when you flip it over, I don't know if that's supposed to be the Blue Angels or what, but that is most certainly a squadron flying in formation, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, once again, you can see the little dots here. These are, like I said, security points, just to make sure that those were on there. So when you see them, here's another one here, another one here. When you see them on those notes, those are not damaged. That's security. So that is number 2, my set of 1968 military payment certificates. And my number 1 non-US upgrade, I got a graded version of the 1975 Canadian note. This one's graded 53 EPQ, and you can see on the front here from Ottawa, 1975, just a spectacular note. Look at the colors in there. The way that they had to print these to get those colors to be in place, just so cool. There is no way that using the technology we use today for our money that you could print like this. It's a completely different setup. Just impressive. And as impressive as this is, that's the reason for getting the note. Look at the Canadian Mounties on the back. It's just, I don't know, I have no words. When you see that on the note and you see how intricate the print is, you can't do anything but appreciate how cool of a note that is. Then how fine the colors are. Look at the gold. I mean, if you were off by anything at all in the printing process, you would have screwed up this whole thing. So yeah, just an amazing work of art on this note. An amazing show of skill, both by the Mounties for their formation and by the printers for being able to duplicate this, mass producing it to go in everybody's pocket. Yeah, we should be embarrassed because, like I said, this isn't modern money for them in Canada. This was from 1975. We can do better on our notes. Anyway, that one is most certainly number one on my list. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.